What's going on YouTube? This is Luke from Vapers Corner, and today we have a tank that hits like a dripper. And we have the Smok TFV4 cloud chasing tank, as I would say. So we're gonna look at the packaging it comes in. Here's the packaging. It says triple coil. That's the one that it comes with. They also have quad coils, nickel and titanium coils for it. This one only comes with the triple coil, and that's the only coil I have for it. I'm just going to read you the specifications that they give you off the box. The original top fill tank by Smok. Material, glass and stainless steel. The dimensions are 24.5 millimeters around and 70 millimeters tall. So it's a pretty big tank. It's 5 mil juice capacity, which kind of sucks, which I'll go more into later. 92 grams. It's a heavy tank. It's a 510 thread, and the resistance is a 0.2 on this triple coil. This kit includes one Taste Furious V4 tank, which I guess is the TFV4, which Taste Furious V4 stands for Taste. That's what TFV4 stands for. One silicone ring, which is the top fill rings. That's I guess the silicone ring they're talking about. Close that off. Comes with a triple coil head, which is these massive coils in here, just gigantic. And a user's manual, and I'm going to read you like the introduction for the TFV4. TFV4 single kit includes a 0.2 TFT3 coil installed. The TFT3 coil features 3 coil heads in separate space, which can get ideal heat insulation effect and produce pure taste. The top fill design makes filling as easy as it gets. The TFV4 tank has improved airflow system, and an innovative drip tip, and a 5 ml larger juice capacity. All these designed to provide you an unbeatable taste, quality, innovation, keeps changing the vaping experience. Which, I mean, they're right. It does change the vaping experience, but there's pros and cons to this, just like every single device there is out there, every tank, every RDA, every mod, everything. So I'm going to hit this a little bit, and then we're going to dive up close and look at it a little bit. And as you can see, it's a really good cloud chasers tank. I'm running this thing at 100 watts. I'll keep bumping it up and stuff. It pushes the clouds just like a dripper, which is pretty nice. So we're just gonna dive up close and talk about it. Alright, so here we are with the TFV4. I'm gonna go through the packaging, and then we're gonna actually look at the tank. Packaging comes in the nice Smok packaging, just like the X Cube. Take the sleeve off, you open this up. Comes with your silica gel and your extra top fill rubber insulator. And then in the back is just a user's manual. It doesn't come with a lot of extra stuff, which that's definitely going to be a con later in the video. I have all the pros and cons written down, which we're going to go through at the end. Nice packaging though, very nice packaging, just like all Smok stuff. So here's your Smok tank. And here's your drip tip, 510 drip tip with airflow control on it, which I like a lot. When you're running it at higher watts, you lose the flavor if you open it, but it cools down the vapor a lot. Up in the 140 watt range, 125 to 140. So it really helps cool down the vapor, else it's like lava. So that's that. Plenty of airflow. There's four slots for airflow. Plenty of airflow. A 510, non-adjustable 510, is a standard tank kind of thing. 5 ml juice capacity, which is complete shit on this thing. I'm having to fill up like 20 hits. And there's your massive coil size. Let me just try and compare these. You can see the massive coil difference. This is a Kanger, just a standard Kanger coil head, and this is just the standard Smok coil head, and this thing's massive. But it's a cloud chaser tank, and you get some pretty good flavor out of it too, because it's so hot, which I like. It's a very hot, like drip-like. If you're like dripping, that's kind of what it resembles, like a dripper's tank. Yeah, it's a pretty fucking hot vape. So we're gonna go back up top, vape on it, talk about the pros and cons and stuff, and if I lost it, would I buy one again? Alright, so we're back up top with the Smok TFV4 on top of the Smok X-Cube 2. I'm going to throw this little ring. I forgot to mention, this thing comes with this Smok ring, which I like to throw on here. I'm pretty sure they threw it in here to stop the top fill from opening and closing all the time, which is a pretty nice additive because that could get pretty annoying, and it looks pretty fucking nice. This is the whole Smok setup, and I think it looks pretty cool. So, as you can see, it's just a Cloud Chaser's tank. I've hit that thing 3 times, and it's already making a little bit of a dent in there. I think 20 to 25 hits on 100-ish watts will go through a whole 5 mil juice capacity, which really fucking sucks. That's awful. That's very inefficient. On a Kanger Sub-Tank Plus, I could fill that thing up with 7 mils and use that thing all day. This is 5 mils, and I'll go through that in an hour. Great vapor production. Probably more out of some drippers that are even out there. It's a great tank. So I'm going to go over the cons, and then I'm going to go over the pros. One of the big cons I have with this thing is that in the box it says it's supposed to come with more. I'm not saying it's supposed to come with more, but some people get like a RBA deck and some other stuff with theirs. I only got that extra silicone ring for the top fill. So it doesn't really come with a lot of things. So you're going to have to spend more money to buy extra stuff for it, like extra coils and stuff. Another con is that the coils are very expensive. I know the quad coils are like $6 or $7, which is pretty ridiculous. And you're probably going to burn through them pretty fast when you're running it at such a high wattage. This thing is a juice guzzler. This is the most juice I've fucking guzzled out of a tank I've ever seen. Yeah, it's exactly like a dripper, basically. You could fill this thing up, and in 20 hits you're going to be gone, which is like equivalent to a dripper. It's a huge tank. This is a massive tank. If I had my sub-tank next to me, you'd see how massive this thing is compared next to a sub-tank plus. It's just a big tank. This is a big mod. It's just a big, heavy-hitting mod. Lots of power that you have to push through these coils, so it's really bad and really inefficient on battery. So that's another con. You'll have to charge your batteries pretty often. I'm having to run this thing consistently around 100 watts to get the vape I like out of it. There's some decent freaking cons against it, but there's also some good pros. It's a cloud chasing tank, as you can see. Ooh. It's really warm. Sometimes it's too warm, you get choked up on it, turn the watts down, whatever. It's all about your vaping style. I have this thing completely open, and 100 watts is pretty warm. Warmer than some drippers I've even used. This is 100 watts. Same cool. Cloud chasing now. Cloud chasing tank. They have a lot of innovative and new coil designs too, which is one of the pros for it. They're big coils though, very expensive, but they're innovative. They have new titanium and nickel. They have triple coils, quad coils. They'll probably come out with more ridiculous coils than the quad. It's a top fill, which is probably the biggest pro out of this thing, because if this thing was not top fill, this thing would suck trying to fill it every hour. Top fill, very innovative top fill, very nice, very smooth too. Another pro is that comes with this ring to control the top airflow, or the top fill, as I would say. So it kind of holds it in place so it's not moving around on you. Another pro is all this airflow. If it didn't have all this airflow, this thing would be unhittable, unusable. But since it has all this airflow, it's bearable. And it's warm. I like warm vapes. I don't like lava vapes. I don't like cool vapes where you don't feel like you're using anything. So this is a tank for me. And the last pro is it hits like a dripper. And that's what I like. I like dripping. I don't really like tanks that much, but this one hits like a dripper. But it also guzzles the juice like a dripper. So it's a pro and a con at the same time. I like how it hits like a dripper. It's my speed, my type of tank. I'm not a big fan of those little tanks that don't really produce that much. You can only run at 30 to 40 watts. This one you can push up to 140, maybe even more. So it's a Cloud Chaser's tank. If I lost it, I would definitely go get another one. They're pretty nice. They're cheap too. They're $35 for one of these, which is pretty cheap. It's like the same price for other tanks. It's cheaper than the Kanger tanks. It's cheaper than the Atlantis. Cheaper than the Triton. It's the same price as a Hercules or a Hercules, or whatever you want to call it. So for a Cloud Chaser's tank, it's pretty nice. But you have to have a lot of juice on you because you're going to go through the juice pretty damn fast. I'm going to blow a couple clouds, change the wattage up, show you what it can push, and then I'm going to wrap this video up. So I'm going to go up to 140, which I think is the max for this coil. And it's going to be real hot. Real hot. 140 watts. That was a 1 second pull. And it's chucking. And you can go bring this thing all the way down to like 75. And that's a nice cool vape at 75, which I'll display right here. 75 watts. It still pushes the clouds. You save your batteries a little bit more. The flavor's not in your face because it's not as hot, which I like a more warm vape. But I've taken probably 10 hits not even out of this thing, and this thing's almost like half gone. So it really guzzles the juice. And that's the biggest con for it. So that's been the review of the TFV4. It's a pretty good tank. I'd have to give the juice capacity a 1 because it just guzzles the juice like crazy. The vapor production a 5 out of a tank is the best vapor production I've seen out of a tank. The innovative coils and the coil design is probably a 5. They're very innovative. They'll probably come out with some crazy new ones too. The top fill, I'd have to give like a 4 out of 5. It's very easy to fill this tank up. The airflow, 4 out of 5. Plenty of airflow. So the size, I'd have to give like a 1 or a 2. It's a very big tank. And the battery life, I'd have to probably give a 1 or 2 because you have to push so much power through it. But the vaping experience, I'd have to give a 4 or 5, 4.5 or a 5 because it's very nice and it's just like a dripper. So if that's what you're looking for, the TFV4 is the tank for you. So that's been Luke from Vapers Corner with the TFV4 review. And if I lost this today, I would, like I said, I would definitely go out and buy another one because I like this tank a lot. It's a very good tank. I also haven't had any spitback or leaking problems out of it, so that's also another big con. Or not a big con, what the fuck am I talking about? It's another big pro, which out of other tanks I've had leaking and I've had spitback problems before, so with this one, I haven't had that yet. So, like I said, this has been Luke with Vapers Corner, the TFV4 tank. It's a very good tank. If you like what we're doing, subscribe, like, and comment on the video. Any support is appreciated. And just remember, keep on vaping.